Australia, January 26, 1966. Australia Day, a national holiday filled with sunshine and joy. For Arthur and Nancy Beaumont, it was a typical workday. Their 3 children, 9-year-old Jane, 7-year-old Arnna, and 4-year-old Grant, were preparing to visit Glenelg Beach, just a short walk from their home. They were responsible children. Jane had already taken her younger siblings to the beach on several occasions. It was a different era, an era when you could leave your children alone without fear. Little Grant was holding his older sister's hand tightly. Jane had a few coins in her pocket for the bus and food. Their parents had given them clear instructions to return by the 2 o'clock bus. There were no deviations from the route. It seemed like what could go wrong on this clear, sunny day, surrounded by fellow vacationers. But that day, something went wrong. 3 smiling children left their home and never returned. They stepped out of their safe world into eternity, leaving behind only silence and questions that would never be answered. Glenelg Beach was full of people that day, hundreds of people, and many later recalled seeing children. They were playing in the water, running around on the sand. They bought themselves pies and ice cream. They were seen in the company of a tall, slender, tanned man with blonde hair. He seemed friendly. No one suspected anything wrong until evening came. This man, his image pieced together from the memories of dozens of witnesses, has become a ghost haunting this case. He was not a stranger to the children. They played peacefully alongside him, taking money from him to buy food. Who was he? A neighbor? A friend of the parents? Or a brilliant actor whose friendly facade concealed monstrous intentions? He managed to gain the trust of not only the children, but also to deceive the vigilance of the entire beach. When the children didn't return for lunch, the parents began to panic. Their search has become the largest police operation in the history of South Australia. But the tracks led nowhere. The same tanned man. He disappeared. Thousands of applications were checked. Kilometers of the territory were combed. But they still haven't found any bodies, clothes, or any significant clues. The call to the police came at 5 p.m. The evidence, if you could call it that, was slim. A couple of conflicting accounts of people seeing the children leaving the beach, looking tired. The police scoured every inch of the beach, questioning everyone who might have remembered something. But the more they searched, the more their hope became ethereal. The 3 children had vanished into thin air, as if they had never existed. How could 3 children disappear without a trace from a crowded beach in broad daylight? Was it a well-planned kidnapping? Or a tragic accident that was never solved? Or maybe the answer lies in the third, most frightening theory, that they left with someone they knew, someone they trusted. And that person lived among them, walked the same streets, watching the unfolding tragedy with a smile. The Beaumont case remains open. It has spawned countless theories, from a lone maniac to the involvement of a notorious serial killer. Dozens of people have been suspected at various times. There have been pedophiles, mentally unstable neighbors, and even a local priest whose behavior seemed strange. One of the most chilling theories links this disappearance to another high-profile kidnapping, the case of Joanna Ratcliffe, who disappeared from the same beach a few years later. Is it the same person, or was it just an ominous coincidence that confused the investigators? This story changed Australia forever. Parents across the country became afraid to let their children go out alone. Innocence was lost. The shadow that fell over Glenelg stretched across the entire country. The disappearance of the Beaumonts became a point of reference, a collective trauma. It marked the end of an era of carelessness. Now every stranger in the park, every lone man on the playground was seen as the tanned blonde man. Decades have passed, but the pain and the mystery have not gone away. The investigation is periodically renewed, new witnesses appear, but the truth is still out there. In 2018 and then in 2021, the police conducted large-scale excavations in one of the hangars and in an abandoned factory, following the hot trail. The media was full of headlines about "the case is about to be solved." But again, the earth did not reveal its secrets. No bones, no buttons, no buckles from Grant's sandals. What happened to Jane, Arnna, and Grant? Perhaps we will never know the answer. And their images, frozen in old photographs, will forever remain a symbol of one of the most heartbreaking mysteries, which has yet to be solved. Their story is an unhealed wound. It is not about who is to blame, but about how is it possible? How can 3 children become ghosts without leaving a single clue? This case is a black hole in the annals of forensics, an eternal reminder that the most terrifying monsters don't lurk in the darkness. They walk the same beach with you, basking in the dazzling Australian sun.